It's the Married with Channels podcast. My name is Moose.
I'm Jody.
We're a married couple. We talk TV shows and movies. And this week we're talking movies. But first, it's been a little bit, but okay, shocking. We had sickness running through the house.
It's back to school time.
Yeah. It's so weird. Like last year, which was our first year back in person for both girls for school, I don't think it was probably, late October before anybody got sick? It wasn't right away.
Yes, it was.
It was?
Yeah, it was
September. It wasn't like this year, though.
Yes, it was.
Was it?
Yes, it was.
Damn it.
Yeah.
I know it was bad last season, but I didn't think it came upon us, hit us until like late fall.
I think this is just going to be our new normal. I mean, not to overuse that phrase again, but it's back to school. Here's a cold to share with your whole family.
Yeah, but anybody who has kids in school, they can sympathize with that, whatever. Because that's part of it. You know, schools are like a little petri dish.
Gross.
I know,
Kids
right?
are so gross.
Kids are gross. And then they bring home these little viruses and
they're boogers.
They're boogers. And lo and behold, 4 weeks later, we're all still either getting over it or still dealing with it.
Yeah, I brought my own Kleenex today. Yep, see?
Preparedness. Good for you.
Uh-huh.
All right, but we're back and let's get into it. We'll start with, I guess, what the kids are watching. Enough, children. And it's actually something we watched.
Yes.
The Super Mario Brothers movie.
Yay.
We finally watched that on your Peacocks.
That song just makes me happy. It just takes me back.
Obviously, the Super Mario Brothers game, a huge video game from the 80s. And, it's had how many incarnations with the Mario Kart. And, just probably $1 billion franchise just in the video games. And they tried a Super Mario Brothers movie in the 90s with John Leguizamo, Bob Hoskins. It was a live action thing.
Oh, that's right. But it was like kind of bad, wasn't it?
It was kind of bad, but it's kind of now a cult movie.
Oh, maybe I need to rewatch it. I don't know.
I don't know if it's worth rewatching, but I don't know. They tried.
Sure.
I think that movie's better than this movie.
Well, I disagree.
I hated this Super Mario Brothers movie.
Oh my gosh, really?
Oh, and it's so bad. We'll get to that, but why did you like it?
I liked it. I kind of liked the story. I liked it that, it had so many nods to the game. And I don't know. I just kind of liked it. It was just kind of a nice little treat for me.
Okay.
And, the music is some music from the game, and there's bad guys that represent like the turtles, and stuff happens that you just like totally remember. It's very nostalgic for me, I guess. So I loved it. I thought it was cute.
So for me, that's it. After the nostalgia, it just sits there like a 4-week-old pile of dog poop turning white.
Oh wow!
Nothing about this movie was good for me. I thought the animation was boring and just uninspiring. It just seemed very plain. It looked like animation you'd see in 2007.
I know, but these are like 8-bit characters, dude.
Yeah, but I think there's a way to do. I thought, it would have been cool, and I'm just on the graphics and the animation.
Yeah,
as if they'd had it kind of look like
8-bit characters,
kind of, but with with almost like that Across the Spider-Verse type of vibe to it. I think there's a way to do that. It just seemed like they didn't really try on that angle of it. I thought the acting was horrible.
I didn't like some of that too. Some of that casting. Like, honestly, I am starting to kind of be anti Chris Pratt.
I kind of am too.
I feel like he's kind of just the same.
He's that actor that movie studios are like forcing on us.
Kind of.
You will like Chris Pratt.
Yeah,
it's kind of the vibe. It feels like, because he's fine.
Sure.
Like the Jurassic World movies, he's fine.
Sure.
Anything else he's been in, he's fine.
Yeah.
The only thing that stood out for me was Parks and Rec when he played Andy. And that was great. I thought he was great in that.
It's a quirky, weird character, and he did great. And he did great at that. I like him in, the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise. I think that's a good role, kind of fitting for him. And I don't know.
I don't expect him to repeat these performances and everything. I don't expect him to be Andy in every movie, nor Peter Quill, in everything else. But it's just something about Chris Pratt is just...
Yeah.
He's not dynamic. He's just there. And he's that guy who shows up to your job, who's there every day on time.
Yeah.
Does his job, doesn't do more, doesn't do less.
Sure.
And then he's gone. And if he died, you'd be like, 2 weeks later, you'd be like, hey, whatever happened to so-and-so?
Wow, we're going to Chris Pratt's death. Wow, okay.
And the controversy before this movie came out was the casting of Chris Pratt as Mario.
Yeah.
A lot of people took umbrage with that.
Yeah.
Rightfully so. I don't have an issue with that. It's just his performance sucked.
Yeah.
And everybody else sucked. Anya Taylor-Joy sucked.
She was so flat in this for me. There wasn't a lot of dynamic there. And I don't know if this isn't a good fit for her because I see her talent, you know.
She's very talented.
Yeah. And I don't know if it just wasn't right for her, you know.
Well, and this was probably a biased statement because I'm a voice actor.
Mm-hmm.
But I think a lot of actors don't get it with voice acting.
Yeah.
They don't, like, they're great on screen.
Yeah.
But they're not good in a booth with a director behind a glass, you know, with their cup of coffee on the ledge next to them.
Reading their lines.
Yeah, I mean, and I get that to a certain extent. But so another example is Sam Rockwell.
Yes.
In the movie we watched after this called
Bad Guys.
The Bad Guys, which we didn't really say we were going to talk about too much. But
sure.
I just bring it up because Sam Rockwell's a great actor.
Right.
But he laid a big fat turd in The Bad Guys. He was just flat. And it just didn't translate. Some actors just aren't good with voice acting.
And then some are. Like in this movie, I thought Charlie Day as Luigi was good.
Yeah.
I thought Jack Black as Bowser was amazing. Yeah. So there are some, that are great at that kind of stuff. I picture those guys being wild in a studio, not just like standing there with their cup of coffee, like you said. Like they're probably really getting into it. And
and Jack Black can do what he needs to do pretty much anywhere is my guess, you know.
Yeah.
But again,
flex those voiceover actors.
I thought the story was boring. I thought there's nothing, there's no soul there. It just seemed empty. It just seemed to just sit there. It just appeared to me like it's an IP that the studio wanted to cash in on, and goddamn it, they did.
Wow.
Without any real effort into like story, animation, acting.
I mean, the story kind of follows the game. Think about the point of the game, you know?
No, you're trying to rescue Princess Peach.
Well...
This one, she's like a karate champion who fights alongside Mario, which is fine.
Absolutely. It's like that with a refresh and an upgrade because, she shouldn't be the damsel in distress. Like, we don't need more of that. I like that they changed that about it. But it does, it kind of, there's the bad guy who wants the princess. And Mario and Luigi have to, help,
But there was a whole lot wrong with this, in my opinion.
Wow. I disagree. Like I thought it was cute. I thought it was fun. I love the tribute to the game. That's the nostalgia of it.
It's full of memba berries, for sure.
Absolutely.
Which you have to, but I don't know. It just sat there.
I think it was hilarious. Our daughter thought it was funny that we still knew the song, the Mario theme song. That
never gets old.
Even like the bad parts, like the lava areas, you remember that game music.
Yeah, the junk 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 junk.
Yeah. Those things going around and ominous, like, I can't do it because my voice is wrong, but
but look, I'm gonna pull the brakes on shitting on this movie some more.
Yeah,
but I think you need more. You need more than just member berries for a movie. Like, okay, I just was missing a whole lot of stuff. A lot of stuff didn't work for me.
Here's the thing: I don't know what you're expecting in a Super Mario Brothers movie. Like maybe you should just lower your expectations a little bit because it's a movie made from a fun, kind of whimsical, kind of weird video game.
Well, they did that with Sonic the Hedgehog.
I didn't like that.
Yeah. It was okay. I think that was better than this. Yeah, okay.
No, I didn't like that.
Think about the Lego movie. Remember when that came out?
That's cool, though.
I know, but see, they did something cool with that.
But that's different because that's a toy that has never been... there was no Saturday morning cartoon about Legos
There's Lego video games.
Well, yeah, but...
Mic drop. I got 5 mics. I need to drop one of these.
But that does stay very true to the video game. It's almost, I mean,
and
exactly.
I think they missed an opportunity, back to the animation, to do something that kind of makes you feel like you're watching a dramatization of the video game. You know what I mean?
No.
Especially considering nowadays with Minecraft and the 8-bit look is very much in.
Yeah.
You know, I think they missed an opportunity
Roblox,
there.
that sort of stuff.
I think there's I mean, that could have helped the movie by 40%. It still wouldn't have been a good movie, I don't think.
I kind of liked it, the animation style. Like, it just kind of was a refresh on the characters. And I don't know, kind of humanized them a little bit.
It looked like every other animation from movies like How to Train a Dragon, Emoji Movie.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of 3D, kind of pneumorphic type of stayed animation that's not fresh or different anymore.
I feel like, though, the premises of the story is that these are humans that got sucked into this other world through a portal. Like, what would they look like in that way as humans, you know?
Look, you know, this is a conversation for the people who are going to greenlight it.
Yeah.
You know, and we're past that.
Sure.
The end result, in my opinion, sucked.
All right.
And you disagree, and that's fine.
I do.
You're wrong, but that's okay.
You're wrong.
You're wrong.
I always got to get the last one.
No. Moving on to a movie that it took us 10 years, but we finally got to it. Wolf of Wall Street.
10 years?
It came out in 2013.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leo DiCaprio. Jonah Hill, directed by Martin Scorsese.
Margot Robbie.
This is the movie that launched Margot Robbie. I don't know why it's taken so long to watch this movie. I think because from the trailer and from what I know of the summary of the movie, it's about a Wall Street greedy motherfucker who screwed over everybody, got insanely rich, debauchery, drugs, sex. Yeah, why didn't we watch this movie?
I don't know.
Scorsese, I mean, come on.
I mean, maybe because I don't know. I don't know.
But
maybe
anyway.
because 10 years ago I had a toddler.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
Yeah.
And 10 years ago, there wasn't like the accessibility of just, hit this button and it'll play. You have to go rent it or.
Yes.
God, that makes you feel old.
I know, right?
But
you say 10 years and I'm like, no. Okay, I believe you.
Yeah, and the way I know that is because while we were watching it, Matthew McConaughey has a cameo and he's doing Matthew McConaughey stuff.
Sure.
Where he was skinny as hell, like rail thin.
Was it from the
Dallas Buyers Club?
Yeah.
Because that movie came out about 2012, 2013. So he had obviously been filming Dallas Buyers Club, which is about a guy who gets AIDS and trying to get medicine to people. But anyway, Wolf of Wall Street, yeah. Interesting movie. Very long.
Very long.
About 3 hours. And I've said this before. I don't think you need to make a movie 3 hours long.
No.
I think there's at least 5 scenes you could have cut down. Like the one that comes to mind is when they're in the boardroom talking about how to use the little people.
Yes.
You know, and like,
they're
can you
planning
throw them?
And scheming.
Yeah. That scene alone was about 15 minutes.
Yes.
And that could have been 5 minutes. But anyway.
Stupidity.
I know. Less is more, people. Brevity is genius.
I liked the quality of this movie, and it was a very interesting story. But watching people get rich and just the ridiculousness of it all, like, it was starting to make me mad, you know? Like, these people and their greed. Like, I can't watch this craziness. Like, this is just nuts.
I know. And it's like the ultimate of capitalism gone crazy.
Yeah.
Because they're in a job where they essentially just convince other people to buy things that aren't tangible. You know?
It's not real.
And they get a commission off it. And before you know it, they're driving Lamborghinis.
And that's what drives our economy and business decisions in this country. And I don't know. It's rampant capitalistic greed.
I thought what was interesting is they made the character of Jordan Belfort, who's a real person.
Yeah.
By the way, the whole movie is based on a real person.
Yeah.
They made him very, not likable, but relatable. They made him kind of accessible. You know, he's not like this caricature of money, money, drugs, drugs, pussy, money, drugs.
Oh, see, I thought he was.
He was. But there's definitely some shades of like, he's a real human who sometimes cares. Like when he was with his first wife,
yeah,
he seemed like a sympathetic character.
uh,
You know, he was ambitious, but his wife was there to kind of moor him,
uh-huh.
keep him from going insane. But then his, demons got the better of him, and he went whole hog. And before you know it, he's serving jail time.
Yeah.
But Wolf of Wall Street, I thought was an interesting movie. I thought it was entertaining. There's only a couple moments that felt like it was dragging a little bit.
Yeah.
But, you know, overall, Martin Scorsese knows how to do a movie.
Sure.
For the most part. And yeah, it was good. It was just, I don't know if I'll ever watch it again.
Sure.
But I thought Margot Robbie was great.
Absolutely.
You know, she's more than just a pretty face. I think she's an actually good actress.
I think I don't like Leo.
Yeah, I know you're not a fan.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hot and cold for me with him.
This was a good performance, but I don't know. And maybe that lends itself to this character, but he just always kind of oozes that uber arrogance about him. And I kind of like, I hated the character. So then I don't know.
Yeah. I forgot. Have you seen What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
I have. It's been a long time, but yeah, that was a good performance. I didn't mind him in Titanic, but I don't know. There's just sometimes some roles that he's good in, and then other times where I'm like, I didn't really like it. So
we'll see in Killers of the Flower Moon.
Ah, yes.
When that comes out.
Yes.
October. But yeah, Leo DiCaprio to me is like, he's a good actor.
He's okay.
But he's kind of like, over the last 15 years, he seems to have kind of really gone down the lane of just kind of playing himself to varying degrees of exaggeration.
It almost feels a little bit like he's just kind of phoning it in a little bit. Like he's like, this is what I do, and I'm here, and this I'm going to do my thing, and that's all you really kind of get from it, you know?
He just, to me, blew the doors off What's Eating Gilbert Grape. Like, he played a mentally challenged kid.
Yeah.
Developmentally challenged. But he did it in a way that seemed real and grounded and not like the Sean Penn, whatever that role was, where he's like, I'm not a smart guy. You know, like, it's too easy to do that sort of stuff.
Do you have to do that impression?
No, but that's my caricature of the bad like roles, like Sean Penn, and I can't remember the name of it, but
I liked Leo as well in Catch Me If You Can. Like that was a great role that he did. The Beach, that's another one that I thought he did great in.
Yeah, but these are roles he plays himself though.
I know, right? But then, you know, there are others, then I don't know. And as his career has gone on, I'm kind of like, he's just kind of there. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's nothing real. There's no real depth in his emoting. I feel like he tries, it's kind of there, but it's not like, I feel that coming through the screen. You know what I mean? If
you had to cast either Leo DiCaprio or Chris Pratt,
man,
in your movie, who are you picking?
Probably Leo, because I think with good direction, if he is open to taking good direction, you could really get something out of him. That's a great performance.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. Here's Leo in probably one of the best scenes in Wolf of Wall Street. It's when the Quaaludes kick in.
Oh my.
He's trying to get in that Lamborghini, crawling in there.
He has like temporary paralysis.
Yeah.
Jordan? Oh, Jesus, where are you? I'm at a country club. What? I'm at a country club. I don't know what the fuck you're saying. Look, you need to get home. Donnie is out of control. He's on the other line with some Swiss guy. I don't know. Get him on the phone. I can't understand you. Get him off the phone. I don't know what the fuck you're saying, Jordan. Can you just get home? Hurry.
Oh my goodness.
And I don't have the audio, but he gets home eventually, and him and Donnie are just so whacked out of their mind of Quaaludes. Like, they're just yelling gibberish at each other for a good 10 minutes.
That, man, like, really? Like, how are you still alive? You know, how does your body tolerate that much stuff.
I know, like shouldn't realistically amount of Quaaludes and cocaine they did, like their liver should have exploded halfway through the movie.
Or a hole in their heart or something.
Right.
Like, holy cow. Like, I don't know. Like, the way he described how much drug usage and how much of a problem it was, I mean, he got lucky a few times. Both, like, there's a helicopter scene. He probably... They probably should have been dead for that one. And then that Lamborghini scene that you just played, it's like, oh man, you're lucky. You're so lucky you didn't wrap that around a pole, you know?
You know, I was just thinking, like, why, at least I haven't watched this movie in 10 years.
Yeah.
And I think part of it was it just seemed like you're almost glorifying one of these greedy, abusing pieces of shit from Wall Street.
Yeah.
You know, and I didn't want to be a part of that.
Sure.
And, I think as time went on, it's just kind of like, it's supposed to be a good movie. Let's watch it. And it's a good, interesting story.
Yeah.
But I still kind of feel like, are you almost glorifying these motherfuckers?
I mean, I still left it with, okay, yep, it's amazing how predatory people who get rich off of other people can be. And then even when the law is, you know, sniffing down their trail, sometimes they seem to get away with it for a really long time, you know, and they still make a ton of money, and then they hide it, you know, in a safe haven, you know. It just still made me mad. Like, yeah, okay, great. Rich people getting rich.
Yeah. I mean, I
don't love it.
I got mad when, like, I was okay with the story and the character. You know, I get he's a greedy piece of shit, whatever.
Yeah.
But then in the scene where he's like, Naomi says she's going to divorce him.
Yeah.
And he, like, punches her in the stomach.
Yeah.
Slapped her.
Yeah, there's domestic abuse there. In that
and then
scene.
he grabs the kid, and the kid's all scared out of her mind. Little
Yes.
5-year-old or whatever.
Yes. That was frightening. I got upset with that scene as well. Like,
I was like, oh, you motherfucker.
I know,
I
right?
hope you go to jail for a long time. But he only went to jail for like 3 years.
Yeah.
And it ends with him doing his seminar on how to get rich. And it's like,
he's still making money doing that then, because, you know, he doesn't do that for free, you know? Yeah.
But anyway, I mean, look, you take the moral problems aside, Wolf of Wall Street's an interesting story.
It's an interesting movie. It's long.
It's long. You have to split it up into a couple days. I don't think I'll watch it again, but it's interesting, if anything, for a statement about, you know, excess is gone to the nth degree.
Unchecked, or at least, you know, back then. I'm sure with all of these real world scandals and people like this person, that the eyes are more on this sort of thing. And most of it's computer now anyway, trading, right?
Yeah. Well, you'd hope more eyes are on it, but I don't know, because I feel like a lot of people in the SEC, which is kind of the regulatory body, are coming from Wall Street firms.
Yeah, but like, this is like FBI that got on his track.
Yeah,
you know?
I know, but
yeah,
hopefully there's more FBI eyes on it.
Yeah.
Speaking of FBI, I thought it was interesting, like Agent Denham,
Kyle
Chandler's last scene, he's on the subway and he's just kind of looking at this couple sitting on the subway. And then that's it.
Yeah.
And what I took from that is,
understand that.
I think he was in that moment kind of like, shit, did I do the right thing in life? You know, like, because he was with Jordan a couple times where Jordan's like, look at this, you know, I can make your life a lot better.
Yeah.
Let me help you out, da-da-da.
Yeah.
And he busted Jordan, and he's on the subway, and it's kind of like, I'm sitting like a pud on this subway, going back to my probably $3,000 a month apartment that's too small.
Yep. I get it now. Thanks for that. I had forgotten about that scene, and it felt a little disjointed until you kind of put it in that context.
Yeah, I took it as he was kind of like, almost kind of questioning whether or not he's on the right side of things. Like, maybe I should pursue, you know, the spoils and riches, but
I suppose it's probably tempting. Money is a great tempter to people, but yeah.
All right, anything else?
Nope, that'll do it.
All right, let's wrap it up there. Married with Channels podcast on your podcast provider. Make sure you subscribe, download, that helps us out.
Share, tell your friends.
Yes, absolutely. Until next time, I'm the husband of the married couple, Moose.
And I'm Jody.
She's the wife. We'll see you later.
Bye.